We're here at the Aero Inland Championships at Draycote, and we're very fortunate to have David Battye, our class juror, here to help educators and police the racing to keep it fair and enjoyable. David's here to explain and debrief on how it went for the weekend.
So thanks for that, Peter. So we've had a good couple of days here at Draycote. The wind speed has been anywhere between 4 knots and 18 knots. A bit more wind today, a bit less yesterday. Wind very unstable in terms of both direction and strength. So in total, over the 2 days, we had a total of 10 yellow flags. 9 of those were for all the same infringement, which was rocking downwind. And I think there's an interesting learning point here about how to avoid a yellow flag in these kind of conditions when sailing downwind. The penalty is caused by the boat being sailed in an unstable situation with the crew weight well forward and the boat heeled typically to windward but sometimes to leeward. And looking from behind the boat, inside the jury boat, what we typically observe is the mast moving as a result of the body moving. So if I show you in terms of the situation here, where this is the body and this is the mast, what we're typically observing is the body moves and then the mast follows. And then there's an overcorrection, and as a result of that, the body has to then move back, and as a result of that, the mast moves. And then that is repeated, often half a dozen times, as stability is restored. The way out of this situation, and to avoid a yellow flag, really has to be to have less windward or leeward heel going downwind, and try to avoid anticipating the next disturbance, whether that be a gust or a wave. You have to wait until the mast moves and then allow the body to move in the opposite direction in order to correct that instability. And that's essentially the learning point from today, or from the weekend. We did have one other yellow flag, which was for body pumping at the start, but that was only just on one particular race. There was still a lot of sculling going on as well. Unfortunately, the jury boat was never quite in the right position to be certain that the sculling was being done below close haul, although I'm 95% certain in a number of cases it was, but as always, the sailor gets the benefit of the doubt. So a good couple of days, very enjoyable from the jury boat perspective, and look forward to seeing you all later in the season. Thank you.
Thank you, David, that's great.